Hey guys, I'm Mike from MADCAT Productions. In this series, I'd like to go over 51 exercises that you should practice in order to become awesome animators. Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're doing something a little more complex, a head turn with a bit of anticipation in there. Should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Close that real quick. Okay. Just gonna get a dark background and draw in white on top of it. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna have a character our character go from looking down like this kind of rough him in there. Give him a little bit of hair on the front of his head, that'll work. And a little mouth. Okay, so our character's gonna go from looking down to eventually he's gonna turn his head all the way around. Alright. A little mouth again. Back's still over here. He's just kind of looking over his shoulder. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Alright, so we have to get him from there to there, and do a little bit of anticipation first. So let's go ahead and give ourselves some room here. So we'll go ahead and keyframe this out. Let's see, so he's gonna go from looking down like that and kind of look up. His body's not going to move too much. mouth. There we go. So he goes from there to there. In fact, I might go ahead and pull his head up just a little bit more here. Or lean it back a little bit, a little more. There we go. Alright. So from there to there. Now, before the actual head turn, I'm gonna have him turn his head a little bit to his, I guess his right, just to have a little bit of a little bit of motion in the other direction. First, let's see, these hairs are gonna kind of come in some. Nose is gonna come in some. Mouth's gonna be pretty much gone. The ear's gonna come forward and get a little there we go. Alright. So then he's gonna go from here and kind of swoop over and around that way. So this will be kind of his midpoint here. So here he should be pretty much looking straight on at the camera. And he's going to be leaning his head forward. A lot. Let's see, that hair is still gonna kind of come forward, but since he's moving, it's also gonna kind of swoop the way he's coming from. Some ears on him. There we go. And actually, I'm just gonna try to smush this down just a little bit. There we go. Alright. Bring this in some here. we can go ahead and in between these, and the ear will be right about here, and the nose should be right there. It's a little bit shallow. Get that hair back. Still kind of swooped there. Go ahead and do an in between here. Let's see. He's gonna be right about here. Okay, play that through. Add a little bit of a pause here so we can alright, so we need an in between here. I don't really need one in here, but I can throw one in here. There we go. So his head comes up a little smoother. There we go. His nose, his mouth. And his ear. No, like always, I'm not really going for perfection here. I'm just doing the basic animation. And on yours you can make it as perfect or as you know, you can do as much or as little as you'd really like. Do an in between here and here. To help really smooth out that turn. There we go. Okay, so this ear is going to be around here. And this here is maybe just starting to peek out the side of his head. There we go. On this, I really need to move this nose down some. There we go. Alright, do one more in between here. This here just peeking out the side of his head, and this one coming around. Okay, let's play that, see how it looks. A few stray marks there. I'm going to go ahead and copy this a couple of different times on this last frame. And just kind of make his hair come in after the fact and swoop out. Okay, try that out. Not wild about how this one does, so. In fact, we might can get away with just deleting this frame altogether. Shape this up some so that it doesn't just stick straight out of the front of his head quite as much. Have a little curve to it. That should look a little better. Oh, still not quite enough curve there. Oop, we're way off. There we go. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there. We've got just a basic head turn with a little bit of anticipation before the actual turn. He leans up and then turns. You can you can always play with the lengths. The frame lengths to get it exactly how you want it. I think for our purposes that'll work pretty good. Alright, well thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a good day and we'll see you next week.